One Zambia, one nation. This is our news at 18 hours and presenting it. My name is Lesta Mtokwa. We now look at what makes headlines. Most of the water bodies in Katungo Gali areas in Monze, chiefdom in southern province have dried up. A man has drowned in a water dam in Lusaka's Chamba Valley area near the Zambia National Service, ZNS. And in foreign news, a U.S. top judge in Alabama has been suspended for the remainder of his term for defying federal court rulings that legalize same-sex. Now, the news in detail. Most of the water bodies in Katungo Gali areas in Monze, chiefdom in southern province have dried up. This has forced people and animals to share drinking water from shallow wells that have been temporarily dug by the locals. And an outbreak of diarrheal diseases is looming in the area following the drying of the local streams and rivers. Here are the details.
This is a daily assignment for Stella Smakando of Gali area, west of Monze district. She and many others troop to this dry river in search of water for their domestic use.
Mumona motu tega agunywa, angombe umona mo hinywa angurube, ampongo. Tuire gunywa antomwe atobantu, ambongoro mumona. So menda agunywa twapenga maningi, hubwa yonsi. Uripenzi maningi hu.
This river is always filled up during the rainy season and is a major source of water for both humans and livestock. The effects of climate change in most parts of southern province are visible. But even in this state, this dry place still provides the local people here with a precious commodity. The residents have dug shallow wells that they have protected from contamination. The shallow wells are also being used by animals.
Kamunywa we. Kamunywa. Ba fala matena. Mama. Mbotu nywa. Omuya twahida ngombe. Ngombe. Bana bari kunywa ngombe
Fisheries and Livestock Permanent Secretary David Shamlenge has an assurance for the people here.
So we are coming in as a government through the Ministry of Energy together with the Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock Agriculture. We are working as a team. We want to ensure that we site areas where we can put immediate boreholes. And also sites like where we have got the deep tanks, we need to put immediately boreholes. And as a long-term plan, where we can site dams and construct dams. The money is available for this damming. So we just want to make sure that we do this siting before the onset of the rains. So that when the rains come, because they get full at a certain point during the rain season. So once at a certain point, when the rain season is there, we dam the river.
The intense temperatures here in Katungu area of Monze district have made this river dry up. And this has made it very difficult for people here and livestock to have access to quality water. But for now, this is the only option that the people and the livestock here have in terms of drinking water. Fisheries and Livestock Permanent Secretary David Shamlenge has assured the people here that government is in the process of constructing a dam, but in the short term, hand pumps will come. Amos Zulu, Monze.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Energy and Water Development says the countrywide construction of dams will improve people's access to water. Water Development Permanent Secretary Eddie Chomba says the dams will also promote agriculture activities. Bishop Chomba says works on the dams in the eastern, southern, northwestern provinces are almost completed. In an interview with TV2 News, he said government will construct more dams in all parts of the country.
A month's time, we started to contract the contractors to do the dams in Eastern Province, in Southern Province, Copperbelt Province, Northwestern Province, and Western Province. and they have done almost 75% of the works. Now this is obviously in readiness with the rains that we are anticipating to come, that we want to harvest as much water as we can. Very soon I'll be back in the provinces to inspect where the dam construction stages are. We'll be able to start, God willing, next week. But I wanted also to send a word of thanks to our president, who has highlighted and elevated the water issues in Zambia.
In sad news, a man has drowned in a water dam in Lusaka's Chamba Valley area near the Zambia National Service, ZNS. Matthews Kasanda, aged 35, drowned on Wednesday, September 28, but his body only resurfaced today. Details in this report.
He drowned last week on Wednesday, September 28th, and his body only surfaced today. The deceased has been identified as Matthews Kasanda. He is believed to have gone out with his friends to swim, but he never returned. His family thinks there is a foul play connected to his death.
Panwana bwana ekuno baboti tumina phone kuti agwera mmanzi. Agwera mo bwanji sama samba usama enda ku manzi. Sasamba mmanzi agwera mo bwanji batapa body mukayangana achoka blood mona. Imini kuti banamuchaya bamutaira pa manzi. But baje bantu bari free ba end up to now.
And today, Venon Siandwani and his counterpart managed to retrieve the body. The body had been trapped underwater for 4 days. This was after several failed attempts by the Marine Police and the Fire Brigade.
Dabwa patu muntu akwanisa 4 days mumanzi sana pezeke kona kutina manzi mumimba but once bamene amafera mumanzi tima bapeza na manzi mumimba. But we have that dabwa group ya minenze naye basibafunika kubaleka. Kairi kuno but manzi evetizi bapaya ina damu ini tali maningi but bantu che baina bana bakazibalesa kubwera kuno. Kaina bebe ba government sibaza kwanisa okamba oti manzi apaya bonse baziba.
Munali Ward 3 Councillor Sylvester Mlenga was also on site and had this to say.
Is that finally today, being the third day, the body has resurfaced, and it is now on the dry land, and we are waiting for the doctor to come and conduct a post-mortem. This is what is really happening here.
Police spokesperson Esther Katongo says preliminary indications suggest no foul play.
Investigations have indicated that the case is a pure case of drowning. So in instances where people or maybe members of the family feel that report is not according to their satisfaction, then an inquest can be conducted to ascertain the death of their relative.
However, members of the community are concerned with the increased number of deaths in this dam. Kachko Tole, TV2 News in Lusaka.
In another development, a man has been murdered by unknown people in Lusaka's central business district. The body of the man, believed to be aged between 56 and 57, was discovered yesterday, Friday, September 30th in the morning outside Limbada's shop premises. Police spokesperson Esther Katongo has confirmed this in a statement today in Lusaka. Ms. Katongo says the body had multiple injuries which are believed to have been inflicted using stones. Meanwhile, a 34-year-old man identified as Obed Mwape has defiled a 6-year-old minor in Mukushi Central Province. Ms. Katongo says the incident happened yesterday in an incomplete house at the minor's parents' home. And in Kasama, Northern Province, a 13-year-old juvenile has committed suicide by hanging himself to a tree using a belt. This happened yesterday after the juvenile was scolded by his mother for stealing 15 kwacha. This is TV2, the Pulse of Television. After the break, banker and mother-in-law arrested for money laundering. Stay with us. We continue with the news. The Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, has arrested a Lusaka female banker and 2 of her relatives for money laundering involving more than 3 million kwacha. Jessie Walia-Tapalu, aged 34, of Kabangwe area, has been arrested together with her husband Leo Tapalu, a businessman. DEC Public Relations Officer Teresa Katongo has confirmed the development to TV2 News in a statement availed in Lusaka today. Ms. Katongo has further said also arrested is Emily Matongo, aged 63, a housewife of Kamala South area, and the mother-in-law to the main suspect. The suspect is alleged to have, between May 1st, 2014 and September 2015, stolen more than 3 million kwacha from her employers through money transfers to her husband and mother-in-law. A community-driven garbage collection project has started in Lusaka's Chipata compound. Care International, a non-government organization, has since donated a lorry to Chipata compound community to help in the project. The residents will pay for the garbage collection service through a water trust company that sells water to the community. More in this report.
As many compounds battle with the issue of uncollected garbage, Lusaka's Chipata compound, through Water Trust, has come up with ways of making residents pay for garbage collection as they pay for water. Lyson Banda, overseer of this project, says the lorry being used was a donation from Care International, and the community has since started using it to collect garbage in both Chipata compound and Chipata overspill.
Through the type boundary, Chipata Water Trust one now getting payment from the communities. Those getting doing water from top stands. Yeah. Now what they do, that if they only pay 10 way per container. Yeah. The work for water trust is for 10 way. For the garbage is 10 way. So it comes to 15 way.
Meanwhile, community-based organizations who are monitoring the project say the residents are responding positively.
The project vairandira kwino vantu chifukwa kairi chiveve ija turning way vaona kwati ni mahala yamene tunyamula noendo taya so kwati project vairandira chapabwino wali yonse ni wokondo.
And residents are happy as this project will lead to having a clean and safe environment.
Yotenga vishara lao mwanji vasevenza mwanji so vapitilize chabe mwanji monga uise kuno vatenga every Friday.
Okay, atima ipea 15 ngwe tikaipea 15 ngwe ndeni every Friday vabotenga vishara 10 ngwe sevenza kuma kamsankara clean i project watapitiliza so bali chitawino sana pakuleta kwa hii nation ya kusenda mabili.
As the onset of the rainy season is almost around the corner, it is important that compounds come up with ways of collecting garbage to avoid outbreak of disease. Loyando Hamwala, TV2 News in Lusaka.
In other news, government says the people of Zambia have greatly benefited from the Catholic Church's investment in the education sector. Minister of Chiefs and Traditional Affairs Lawrence Sichalwe says the construction of Mary Immaculate Girls Secondary School in Lusaka's Chawama area is testimony of the Church's commitment to improve the education sector. More in this report.
This is what characterized the graduation ceremony of the first grade 12 pupils at Mary Immaculate Secondary School in Lusaka's Chawama constituency. The school that was opened last year caters for pupils across the country. The initiative is part of the Catholic Church's effort to complement government's effort in providing education to the people. Minister of Chiefs and Traditional Affairs Lawrence Sichalwe was the guest of honor. Mr. Sichalwe has told the authorities that government values their support.
This helps the girl child acquire education and the necessary skills needed for her to go and serve the community effectively. As your motto states, enter to learn, depart to serve. As a Catholic institution, allow me to congratulate you on the spiritual aspect of your educational system that I have come to learn about.
And school principal Sister Matilda Mlenga has urged government to provide the school with more water, among other needs.
We are asking your good office to come on board and help tar the roads, which will help to foster even further development of this community. Honorable Minister, the other pressing challenge is that of water. Hence, the current water facilities at this school, like boreholes and tanks, are not enough. The other challenge we are having is that of ZESCO tariffs, which have been placed at commercial, hence colossal amounts of money are being spent on buying power.
During the graduation, Mrs. Chare presented awards to deserving pupils. Hector Simfokwe, TV2 News in Lusaka.
A regional civil society grouping has urged reappointed Mines Minister Christopher Yaluma to address all hanging issues in the extractive industry. The Southern Africa Resource Watch wants Mr. Yaluma to engage mining firms on the historic problem of environmental pollution in mining communities. SAO is concerned that the pollution of the environment by mining firms in some copper belt towns has continued despite complaints from communities. SAO Country Director Edward Lange has also implored the Mines Minister to ensure accountability and transparency in mining firms. Mr. Lange said there is a lot of cheating in the extractive sector by mining firms who often do not open up their books of accounts. He has emphasized that government should ensure that communities living around mining areas fully benefit from proceeds in the mining sector. The Southern Africa Resource Watch country director said this in an interview with ZNBC News in Kitwe today. SAO is further urging government to open dialogue between mining firms, civil society groupings, and communities on resilient issues affecting the mining industry. You're watching TV2 Main News at 18 hours. We now go for another break, and still to come, the international and sports news. Stay with us. We now go to international news. A U.S. top judge in Alabama has been suspended for the remainder of his term for defying federal court rulings that legalize same-sex marriage. Roy Moore, 69, is accused of violating judicial ethics with an order seen as directing probate judges to deny marriage licenses to gay couples. It is the second suspension for Mr. Moore, an outspoken conservative. In 2003, he was removed for refusing to take down a monument of the Ten Commandments he installed at a state building. He was re-elected as Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court in 2012. In sports news, soccer analyst Iva Lengwe says the Chipolopolo boys have the least probability of qualifying to the 2018 World Cup to be staged in Russia. Lengwe has explained that this is going by the current status of the team as well as its opponents in the group qualifiers. Zambia, which starts a World Cup qualifiers campaign on October 9, 2016, has been pitted against Nigeria, Algeria, and Cameroon. Lengwe says the Chipolopolo must work at developing mental strength as well as an aggressive tactical approach in order to overcome opponents. Lengwe, however, says all is not lost as the coach, Wedson Nyirenda, has the right credentials. He was speaking today on the 7 Days Today, a TV2 News and Current Affairs program.
In the past, Zambia should sit at the bottom in terms of qualification, but that does not mean that Zambia cannot qualify. I think Zambia can qualify.
Do we have what it takes to qualify?
Let me refer you to Leicester. Leicester won the league. You know the odds was 5,000 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even if the odds are 5,000 to 1 for Zambia, they can still qualify. For me, it's if I say no, they can't qualify, I'll be unfair on Zambia, and I know football can give you surprises.
Yes.
Okay. So if I give a blanket statement that Zambia can qualify, I think the catchword is can there. If I'll be fooling myself if I say Zambia will not qualify or Zambia will qualify. Then I'm making a statement that is definite. But the issue here is even if it's 10 out of 90, 10 out of 100, Zambia has a 10% chance of qualifying.
And that's all we have for news at 18 hours. Here is what made headlines. Most of the water bodies in Katungu Gali areas in Monze Chiefdom in southern province have dried up. This has forced people and animals to share drinking water from shallow wells that have been temporarily dug by the locals. In sad news, a man has drowned in a water dam in Lusaka's Chamba Valley area near the Zambia National Service, ZNS. Matthews Kasanda, aged 35, drowned on Wednesday, September 28, but his body only resurfaced today. And in foreign news, a U.S. top judge in Alabama has been suspended for the remainder of his term for denying federal court rulings that legalize same-sex marriage. Roy Moore, 69, is accused of violating judicial ethics with an order seen as directing probate judges to deny marriage licenses to gay couples. Join us again at 20 hours when we come back with more news. For now, God bless you.